Hello, fellow galactic travelers, and welcome to another episode of my Starseeds Create series. My name is Miriam Wiedemann. I am a galactic astrologer and I offer my services in English and German. And in a session with me, you will finally resolve your lifelong feelings of homesickness by learning what fixed star system you are from and what you are here to do. I am also an activator of your galactic gifts for your unique mission here on Earth. And on a practical level, you achieve clarity, be it on your business, your money stories, your relationships, or your health. And we will talk about health a lot in this interview today because I'm so blessed and honored to meet incredible beings in my session, human starseeds, who are here with us on planet Earth to support us with their multifaceted galactic gifts during these exciting and challenging times of change. And today I am very happy to introduce you to Patrice Krysztofiak from France. And he is a healer, a medical medium, and we will talk about everything that this entails. Welcome, Patrice, to the show.
Hello, Miriam. Thank you for having me on your show. It's amazing. I'm so excited to be here.
Me too, because you have an incredible story. You have an incredible galactic astrology chart as well that contains everything that you embody. We will probably talk about this a bit more. But
Mm.
first, Patrice, you shared with me that after a business event that led to trauma, you started to see inside people's bodies. And what did you discover?
Yes. So I'm not going to tell the full story about the trauma. I'm going to keep it short because it's all over the internet already. Well, I got sued for a website and I almost went to jail for a stupid website. And yes, I started to see inside body. So I want to say it was not like a NDE event. Like I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I can see everything. After the trauma, I decided to go through meditation because I was so depressed. I didn't want to live anymore. I just want to be here. And this was progressive. I was meditating a lot. It was like 3 to 5 hours a day. So it was a very good practice. And my wife was sick for a long time and nobody could figure out what she had. She had done all the possible tests and they could not find out what she had. And I said, well, let's make up a ritual. And we just goofed around with energies. Well, we didn't know anything about the energy world at the time. But I got a flash of what was inside our body, like full HD picture. And I was like, oh my God, you have a parasite. This is what you have. And I looked it up on Google. And the first picture that was on Google image was the visual I received, like a clairvoyant episode, let's call it like this. And we got very lucky because it was during a lockdown episode and we could not go to the doctor. They did everything online. So we took an appointment online on Zoom or something like equivalent for the medical profession in France. And they didn't even ask how we got the information. They said yes, and we're going to send you the prescription for the medicine. So it was not just energetic healing, it was a metaphysical experience meets real science for our healing. So I want to be very clear. I'm not a healer, even if miracles happen. I don't like the word healer too much, especially in France. It's kind of
Okay.
risky. It's more accepted in other countries, especially in Asia or India, more accepted. We have to be careful.
Okay.
Medical disclaimer, we
Understood.
do not heal people.
So how would you call yourself?
This is a very good question. The best way I would describe myself, now I understand more about this because it's been a long time, like 2, 3 years I've been doing this. Energy channeler is more what I believe I am because I can bring many different forms of energies to assist the person's journey. So I think it's the most accurate version, even if it's very abstract, because we are not used to this terminology, especially when we just awaken. We're like, what is this? Energy? Is this even real?
Yes, exactly.
But once you start to feel it and have your first experiences, once you have one experience, there is no turning around. It's like, there's something more than just this 3D experience.
So after the first experience, this metaphysical experience with your wife's health, you stepped into the energy work fully?
Well, not really. The universe pushed my back. Like, you have to go this way. It was like, yeah. You have to go this way. My other business was dying progressively, and I didn't put any more energy in it. I was too disgusted, and I didn't feel aligned with my personality anymore. And I was not really intrigued. It was like when I had that first vision, it was like, of course we can do this. It was normal. It was not scary or anything. It was, of course, we can do this. Let's explore. And I tried to find other practitioners to guide me. So many closed me their door because they thought I was completely out of my mind. So now that I realized they were fake, because yes, they are fake practitioners. Well, this guy is nuts. You can see inside bodies who they think he is. But then I also found the real deal, and I met the real deal, and they welcomed me, and they said, "Oh my God, Patrice, this is amazing because you're not afraid of what happened." And most people freak out because they're like, "Oh my God, is this real?" So I decided to explore this, and I wanted to see if I could do it remotely.
Mhm.
It was very, very hard to find people who were willing to try. And I found some on the Elizabeth April forum. So for people who do not know, Elizabeth April, she's a channeler for galactic information. So she's kind of in your field in a different way. And I found 10 people who were willing to try, and the 10 readings were correct. And I would receive messages in dreams even. That was for me at the time, it was easier to receive information in dreams. I would see inside the bodies, I would navigate full HD in the body, and I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I can see the lungs and everything. But what happened next was blew my mind. It's like some people miraculously healed from their condition, their pain went away, or they felt better. So not everybody, I'm not healing them, but I could see during my dream or my visions that some energies were working on the body parts.
So
So
not only during a session with you, but afterwards as well, the energy flows and
yes,
movement in the body occurs, or transformation in the body occurs.
yes, in the body and also in the life of the person. This is what I realized because I've done sessions on people, for example, who could not find work in a few hours, even literally hours. I'm not even kidding. We found job without even sending a resume. I was like, what? At first, I thought this is just random, this is just crazy stuff. Uh, but this is when you see that everything is energy and you can open doors and block things. And this has happened so many times. It's like, yes, okay, there's something bigger. It's not just random. It's just not like you meet Patrice, you find a job. It's like, no, you have it's just energy. Now that I understand more about it, there's a lot of past life related things that we carry with us that are blocking our lives. Once you understand this is real, this is a game changer for your life.
Of course. I just want to add, you gave me the right expression here, the door opener. That's what I think you are when I look at your Chiron in your astrology chart, which is in sixth house. So it's about health. It's about day job also, but mostly about health. And it is in Aries. And Aries is the first sign in the zodiac wheel. That's the beginning of the year, and it is the door opener for the unknown. And it is also the carrier of cosmic impulses. I would like to just tell you that the energy work that you do, you receive that from, of course, from beyond. We have talked about this with your Chiron, the wounded healer that represents the great potential we have to heal ourselves or others through our own painful experience and transform them into spiritual growth. That is probably how you could describe your work as well, right?
Yes.
Hmm. And it is connected to Alpha Reticuli star system, which has a really bad reputation. But for me, there is not only good, bad, and good in well, no, other. There is bad and good in everything, right? So Alpha Reticuli also represents your telepathic and your telekinetic powers, and maybe also teleportation powers. I don't know, Patrice, let me know. And you are very skilled in reading frequency with this alignment, and you're a good problem solver too. So with this alignment, you have the ability to see through time and space. And through bodies, obviously, and you can transform energy. So it makes so much sense, your position of Chiron, the alignments it has. Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, I'm very, very good at reading frequencies that I understood very quickly. How am I going to put this into words? Sometimes I can tell when people are bullshitting, let's call it like this. Sorry, YouTube is going to put a warning.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
I
comes.
can see it even when people channel on some interviews and stuff like this. They're not connected to who they say they are connected to. I can see that, and this is going to be a problem. Well, not really a problem in the future, but more and more people are able to discern that people are connected to the real deal or not, because I'm meeting more and more of these people. I call them the energy police, and I believe, like in your everybody's network, there will be an energy police person. So you make sure you connect to the real thing when you go see a practitioner or get a reading or something, because not everybody's connected to light. Let's call it like this.
Yes. It's going to change, I believe, in the coming years, especially now that Pluto moves into Aquarius. We will more and more tap into our telepathic abilities, and then bullshitting and lying is not possible any longer because we can see through the lies, right?
Yes. More and
Hmm.
more people have clients. They can see the lies. It's incredible. They can see it energetically. There's no more lies possible. But other channelers talked about that. I believe every human will get that in this lifetime. We will be from a full space of the heart, for full presence of the heart, and we're not going to get out of our minds.
Yes.
It's going to take us time to shift, but we will get there.
Yeah. Um, Before we talk further about the future, I would like to go a bit in the other direction, let's say, on our linear time construct. Um, how do past lives and our ancestral lineage and the emotions that come with that affect our current health? I am really interested in this question as a family constellation facilitator, obviously. Can you talk about this a bit?
Yes, so there is no, of course, no scientific data about that. I had heard an interview with Buddhist monks, and they say that 80% of the disease on this planet right now are caused from past lives, energies that we carry over. I
Mm.
believe this is true. I can see that in my sessions. Most people who have chronic uh, illness, it's I clear past lives. They start to shake. Oh, if people have tremendous somatic experiences. It's like, whoa! It's if you've seen the movie The Exorcist, it's the same thing. It's not even a joke. They are very, very close to what's happening in session. And once the energy is released out of their body, people start to recover. Their pain disappears. Their eczema is gone. It's not like I heal them. I just unblock that energy of past lives, the trauma. Maybe they were persecuted, which is usually the case. There was a lot of persecution,
Mhm.
and people heal just like that. They heal themselves. I don't. It's not like I do. Oh, and you healed. It's like I remove the trauma from what happened. I mean, it's not me. I'm just a channel. It's just going through me. I like to refer to myself as a cosmic vacuum cleaner. I just take the energy, I send it through the void, and when there's space for people to heal, the light can come in. Some people can even feel energy coming in their body. They're like, "Oh my God, what is this flow of energy?" They can feel energy, or the Kundalini energy. Sometimes that's what they describe. They
Yeah,
feel life force coming back in them.
mm,
It's incredible. They
yes,
feel it physically.
yes. I know from own experience how this works with you, Patrice. I am really impressed. But yeah, it's true. We have to flush out the old energy first that is stuck and stagnant, so the cosmic energy, the divine energy can flow again, right? Um,
Yes.
the blockages that come from past lives, are they blockages that occurred at the time of the death, mostly that we carry along, or is it really a memory of the whole life we carry on?
It depends. There are more people. Well, let's put it like this. I have more and more clients who remember their past lives.
Mm.
It's quite incredible. Some remember being, for example, soldiers, and they tortured people. So they are paying off their karma with a disease in this lifetime. So, for example, let's say they have a heart problem, they tortured their victim in the heart at the time.
Mm.
It's like whatever you do, You have to pay it back. You have to balance it somehow. I believe this is one of the rules of this planet or this universe, maybe. I'm not an expert in karma and karmic stuff, but I believe this is how it works now that I see more and more. Sometimes some people are sick because of what they saw. This
Mhm.
is very common. I had people who saw horrible things, like for example, a village being destroyed or their wife being killed. And once we release this, so I'm not going to say it's happening to everybody. It has happened a few times. For example, if they wear glasses because they are very, very bad eyesight, once you clear this energy, they just take their glasses and they say, oh my God, I can see clearly without glasses. It's instant. Let's call it instant healing. I didn't heal them. It's just their eyes were so traumatized, they did not want to see the horrible things in this world anymore. This is very frequent. This is what's happening also in Joe Dispenza's retreats. Blind people can see again. They come in with a cane, they leave, they can see. They just release the trauma of whatever happened in that past lives, what they have seen, horrible things, and they see. So there's this. Sometimes it's death, of course, for people who were hanged or something like this. Usually witches, is a witch hunt, you know. We see a lot of these in sessions. Usually it's people with neck pain, chronic neck pain, because they were hanged. So it's like, and it's, you can see it in this life. They have chronic neck pain all the time. I see that it's like, oh my God, you were hanged. We clean it up. Their pain goes away, and they're like, oh, my neck is free again. I have people who cannot bend their head back, tilt their head back, and once you clear that, they're like, oh, it's instant. It's like, oh my God, I can tilt my head back. It's the
Yeah.
trauma is so strong, it blocks the body. It's incredible to see.
I know from own experience as a family constellation facilitator that this energy is also carried on in the family, in the family reincarnated this time, because we are embedded in a field of consciousness, right? And we carry this field and the energy in us, and it is stored in our cell memory, in our DNA too. So removing that is obviously very important. Do you talk about the enhancement of DNA as well? Is that a thing that is in your field?
Yes, so I don't talk about it. This is very rare. This happens. Sometimes I see DNA strands and I see lights being turned on. I don't know what that means yet. Well, I have an idea, but cannot prove it anyway. That happens. I know that happens. Something is happening with the DNA. I see lights being turned on and people recover. It's mysterious. So at that point where I'm at in my journey, this is mysterious. I'm surprised you talk about this. It's like you knew I could do this. So I see it as an hologram, and it's like, oh, and then ding, 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 little lights turn on. Because the DNA is a container for photons, so it's like the information is actually not in the DNA, it's in the light, but in the
Yes,
DNA.
exactly.
This is,
And light is energy, right? So
yes.
that's why. So how can we not become crazy when we access such gifts? So how do we prepare ourselves? Because I think more and more people are awakening to this consciousness, to the energy that is around us, and how we can tap into that and use it to the greater good of all. But there might be psychic shock happening, right, when you access those gifts.
Yes, I've seen that happen on some people. Actually, a guy came completely crazy, a guy I know. He was too young. He awakened at 21 years old or something like this, or 19. He thinks he's God. It's like, oh my God, I can see holograms everywhere. I can see the Matrix. He can see the Matrix. He can actually see it. I know he can see it. I have no doubt. I can see what he sees. But he lost his mind because it's like you think you are super powerful because you see a hologram. You're like, what is this? I'm like a superhero in a X-Men movie. This is how it feels. You have to be super grounded. I believe this is why in Europe, because we are not prepared in the Occident as much as in Asia. In Europe, most people in your Occident, most people awaken after 50 years old, and that's the reason. We need to be grounded. To be been slapped in the face many times by life,
Yes.
uh, and to have our head on our shoulders. If you're too young, it's dangerous. In India, people awakened around 35 years old, but it's already in the culture. But actually, they are trying to reach that state because it's in their teachings. So this is a different point of view. Here it's been hidden from us. So we discover and we're like, oh my God, what is this? And then we discover, oh, that's what they're trying to do in India when they meditate in the Himalayas. So
Yeah.
we are learning it because we face it, but they are trying to do it to be activated. So it's a different approach.
Do you also think this is a generational thing that we are the same age cohort, right? Patrice, you and I. So we are over our 50s, and we had to do really hard work to wake up to achieve consciousness. It was a painful path for me as well, from depression to to this moment. But maybe the younger generations, the children that are born now, and also the crystal children that came in the 2000s, and especially after 2012, maybe they awaken early or they come in with full consciousness anyways. I've heard that many times now.
Oh
So
yes,
it is a
the new
generation.
generation, yeah, the new generation comes in with all their gifts. They have no karma. The karma is cleared. They can
Mhm.
see energies directly. The problem is with the parents. They're like, oh my God, you really think you see a dragon flying in the house? Well, actually, yes, there is a dragon flying in the house. And I know kids can see energies. They change sidewalk because they see a monster on a guy. So they describe it with their vocabulary. Oh, man, there's a monster on that guy. So it's an entity attached to the guy, or the guy is a rapist, for example, because we can see this in the aura. So just this is the kind of things we can see once we awaken. So you cannot be bullshitted. You can see if somebody is dangerous or if they did bad things. You can see that everywhere. And this is going to be a very, very, I'm going to call it a big problem for certain people in the world, especially the politics, because we can see everything. We can see who gets corrupted, etc. We can see everything. It's going to be massive. What's happening on the planet is massive. The big awakening is real. 5 years ago, I would tell you, you're absolutely crazy, Miriam and Patrice. What are you talking about? But now
Yes,
I can see it in my
but
sessions.
we are over that point now, right?
Yeah,
There
yes.
is no turning back.
No,
Yes.
there's no turning back. It's impossible. And the biggest lie that humanity have been told is that we die, when in fact we never die. So,
This is the greatest lie of all, I believe.
yes.
This is the most important thing to talk about now more than ever, I believe.
Mhm.
So, how do you experience the death and rebirth cycle? What is it in your opinion?
That's a good question. Apparently, it's easier to die than to be born.
Yes.
I've heard that many times, and I think it's true. Well, I think we live. I think some people have a life review. This is what some people describe in their NDEs. I don't think everybody gets a life review, especially the Starseeds, uh, because many are already masters. There's millions of masters on this planet. They already did their lessons. They came to help. They got stuck on this planet with a karma loop or whatever we want to call it. And when we just go back to our regular life, I mean, as a galactic being, because we are a being of the cosmos. So I don't know which form it takes. Maybe we're just like a blob of consciousness flying through space. I have no idea. This is still a mystery because the rule of this planet is that we forget. So,
Yes, that is what I receive in my sessions as well. As you know, I tap into the Akashic records, and I track the soul history and the soul journey of the client, and um, our souls have decided to come into this galaxy at some point, mostly through very powerful portals. And then they go on a soul's hero's journey, let's say, until they hear the call from Earth, and Earth asks the souls to come and assist her on this ascension, let's call it.
mm,
And with the gifts from the star system where the call is received, we come to Earth. And we probably don't know how dense it is and how challenging life can be here, but also how very beautiful it is and how we
yes.
can enjoy it.
Yeah. So if you're a starseed, you should just stay in your room. I'm just going to give you a tip. I underestimated the difficulty of this planet. Just say that out loud and let your body express itself in a meditation. That's going to blow your mind. You're going to have a somatic reaction or yawn or go, ah.
I start laughing. I start laughing.
Many, many
Mm,
of us underestimated the difficulty of this planet.
yes. It is. So, talking about difficulties, when more and more awaken, let's say, and more tap into their spiritual powers, how do we exercise spiritual and energetical hygiene, Patrice?
Well, I would like to recommend most people to get at least a mentor that we can consult every other month or something like this. It's very important to not become crazy. And also for the energetical hygiene, this is very, very important because some people are very sensitive to energies and they get stuff attached on their body. I'm very OCD about that. I get checked regularly. I would recommend well, the best thing to do is to do the things that make you happy because the basic rule is to just be. This is kind of a weird concept because we want to help everybody, but this is the wrong way to approach it. We just have to be the best version of ourselves. Doesn't mean you have to build a hospital or something like this. It just means you need to do what makes you happy. If it's to eat a strawberry tart and get a massage, just go do that. This is what I do. If you're happy, nothing can get in your field. It's that simple. Keep yourself happy. Put yourself your first priority before anyone else, because this has been also a big lie of the religions and society. You have to take care of your blah, 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 and this and that and that. No, you have to take care of yourself. This is the most important thing. When you're in good condition, then when your cup is full, you go help others. This is where you will achieve the best result. And yeah, massage is a very good way to clean your energy. Also, light language. I would really love to talk about light language. Some people are like, "Oh my God, I don't know if I can speak light language. It's too complicated. I need a training." And I'm like, "No, you don't need a training. I'm going to tell you, you already spoke light language once in your life. Everybody watching this interview, you already spoke light language once in your life. I'm going to give the
How do you know
example.
that?
If you ever hold a baby or a puppy and you went, that's light language. Why? Because there was no vocabulary to describe the love you had for that baby, you had to make up a language. And light language is exactly that. You bring a vibration from the heart. And you will notice something. This was my case 3 years ago. I was speaking like this. This is quite incredible. I was speaking with my head, and there was not this energy flow from my heart space to my voice. And you will notice that many people who awaken, they drop 1 or 2 octaves of their voice when they speak. And this is going to happen to you when you speak light language. So you can put the intention of anything you want. Let's say you have pain in your shoulder. I use it a lot for pain on people. Then you can speak to your pain. Let's see. I'm going to pretend I have pain in my shoulder. Or no, hold on. Let's say I have a stressful something. I need to find an example for me so people can see the reaction. Okay, I have kind of a difficulty breathing because I'm kind of stressed with the interview. This is a very good example. The intention I'm going to put is to release the stress from the interview. So you're going to see how my voice is going to change. I'm going to my heart space and I'm going to speak, release my stress, but in light language. So it's gibberish with the intention, release my stress from the interview. No. And then I release it like this. But did you see how my voice dropped? This is actually my real voice. This is how I'm supposed to be speaking as a human. So I know this is where I'm going. I've been told that by people who do readings already. They told me, Patrice, in a few years, your voice will drop and people will listen to you religiously. I'm like, me? I speak like this. Nobody's never going to believe me. But this, I see it happening. It's crazy.
I I get this. I started talking light language with my little niece when she was 3 or 4 years old, and we made up this fantasy language, and we laughed. We laughed all the time. It was so funny. I didn't know what I was talking about. She probably was more tapped into it because she was still very young, and when I discovered that I can speak like light language, I remembered what happened then. And it was so natural, and it is still natural.
Yeah.
So I love light language because it goes beyond the brain, the consciousness, and taps into the supra consciousness straight away.
Yes, and the vocabulary, the human vocabulary is limited.
Yes.
There is no limit to the vibration of light language, and it's very useful for people with PTSD or trauma, for example, because they
Mm.
don't have to bring the story back on the table. Let's say you got raped by your uncle when you were 5 years old. You don't want to speak about that. You can speak to yourself. You don't have to bring the full story. You can just say, and you will see your body is going to shake and you're going to shake it off. So results are absolutely incredible. I believe it is a technology that will empty the hospitals once it's accepted and if people practice and teach each other how to do it. No drugs needed. You can remove chronic pain, trauma. It's crazy. Just practice is going to blow your mind. You go in a relaxed state and you speak to your disease or whatever you have, and you let your body express itself. Be prepared for quite a ride and put some comments in the YouTube video.
Yes, I'd love to hear about your light language experiences too. It feels a bit odd in the beginning, and I started to talk light language when nobody was around. But at some point, you want to talk to others about it, right?
Yeah. So some people, especially women, I've noticed we are in a period of where the divine feminine is coming back big time because we need the women to save the planet because the men fucked it up too much.
Mm.
You will notice when you start to speak it, you're going to go, ah. It's because of persecution of past lives. You are not allowed to speak your truth. It's very frequent with my clients who are women. I'm blown away. It's like, and it takes quite a while, like sometimes 1 hour to unblock the throat chakra.
Yes. I experienced that with clients as well, who I knew would be able to speak light language, but it couldn't come out. There was the blockage here. And when you talked about persecution before, yes, it is the neck pain, but it is also affecting, of course, the throat chakra, which represents our communication, what we want, our inner truth. And light language is our inner truth. Mm.
Yeah, so I just want to warn your audience, if you practice, don't worry if you shake, if you barf, that's normal. You might have some serious side effects because the level of energies you are going to move are just out of this world. You will never have experienced anything like this.
Mm. It is purging. Yes. And if it doesn't stop, you have to go to see Patrice for sure. So, Patrice, where do people find you?
Well, people can find me on my website, patricekrysztofiak.com. To have a calendar and if you want to book the book. I also have a group session once a month with a list of questions that I've received from my guides. It's to remove what other practitioners are not able to find. It's very cheap. It's quite incredible. And the groups are never random because usually we have past lives together. So you kind of find your other tribe family members. And you can see the effect when somebody's pain is removed, other people's pain gets removed at the same time because everybody's connected. It's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah, we never heal alone, don't we? We always
Mm,
heal together.
yes, it's
That's
way more
how.
powerful in groups. Yes.
Mm. You have started also, the information will be below the video, of course, where you can find Patrice. But you have also started a platform where you gather practitioners and professionals in all modalities.
Yes. So this is what happened during my journey. Some people awakened their gifts directly in one session. They were like, "Oh my God, what is this, Patrice? I can see through your body." And I'm like, they were like, "Wow, vomiting energy and stuff like this." Some people saw like some angels and things like this. And then I started to be booked up because I started to be well known. And I was like, "Oh my God, I can't help all these people." But I was like, "How do we find the real deal?" Because there are so many people who pretend they can do it, but they don't really do it. Some people can see energies, but they cannot clear. So I started the directory. I called it medical-intuitive.org. where I listen is the real deal. People I tried myself or I trained myself because now I have also a training program. Well, it's a mentorship. It's not really a training. It's a mentorship. It's for people who are already quite advanced on their journey. So people can go there and find the real deal to clear their energies. This is going to be a challenge to find the real deal. I have many readings where people, even clients told me this because some clients get activated and their clairvoyance kicks in and they receive messages for me. And many saw the same thing. They saw the planet Earth, with people screaming help all over the place and lines at the office of the real practitioners because
Yeah.
there won't be enough of us. I think people are going to start to remember their past lives or maybe see energies and they will realize that this is all true and they've been lied to for so long that they will want to get cleaned up.
Yes, it's really important. And everybody who feels the calling to step into the healing, I mustn't say that, in the field of energy work, I encourage you to do so because we need more people, many more people who are going to help during the shift when people start waking up and don't know what's happening to them. So, if you feel the calling, go ahead. And I encourage you, and Patrice is encouraging you as well.
Yeah, we need more people. There won't be enough of us.
We are going to have a lot of work in the coming years for sure.
Yes, yes.
Mhm. Okay, Patrice, do you have any final words before we wrap up this interview to the audience?
Yes, I have a light language transmission for the audience.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, you probably already felt the energy moving all along the interview. It's non-stop. So for people who cannot feel in energy, just to let you know, there's a constant beam on us, and we're like, whoa. Miriam probably feels it too. So I'm going to send a transmission. So just close your eyes if you're in the audience. It's not going to last very long. So it's timeless. It works anytime you watch this interview. Time does not exist. Tio kaukit nyau tai ka patotoi tai nya nau kotai. Tiatia ko pai to tai na ni na mau ko ia tatia ta no kai ia tatia kati ana na o kate. Tinya maua ua te ko pa ia to tate I a nia kate. Oh, I'm shaking now. This was a short one, but that was powerful. This is what happens with the clear energy. So my sessions are kind of silly because we shake, we laugh, we curve, we do weird things. Sometimes I have my leg up and people are seeing my legs up shaking.
But you know, Patrice, besides light language, laughing is the best medicine, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It moves energy like nothing else.
Exactly. Thank you so much for this
Thank you,
beautiful
Miriam.
light language transmission. Thank you for being here, Patrice, and sharing your incredible gifts with us. And I look forward to connecting with you more, and I hope that the audience will connect with you as well. It
Thank
is
you.
definitely worth the while. And thank you so much, Patrice, and see you soon.
Thank you. See you soon. Cheers.
Bye.